There's a book sitting in a vault at Yale, and it's written in a language no human can read. Not hard, not rare, unreadable. And here's what makes it terrifying. The pages don't look random, they look designed. The same symbols repeat like grammar. The paragraphs flow like real sentences. So, tonight, I'm going to show you the 3 details that keep scientists and codebreakers awake, and why one of the most famous solutions might actually be the biggest trap of all. It's called the Voynich Manuscript, named after a book dealer who brought it to the world's attention in the early 1900s. Today it's held at Yale's rare book library, protected like a relic. But when you open it, you don't find Latin, you don't find French, you don't find anything familiar. You find an alphabet from nowhere. And the first time people see it, they all say the same thing. Someone really meant to say something. Here's the first shock. If this were a prank, it would be messy. It would be inconsistent. It would collapse under analysis. But the Voynich text has patterns that look like a living language. Certain symbols appear at the beginnings of lines more often. Some words repeat in clusters like topic-based paragraphs. The rhythm feels intentional. And when researchers measure it, it often behaves like meaningful text, not like pure random scribbles. So either this is a code so brilliant it survived every attempt to break it, or it's a hoax so perfect it accidentally mimics human language better than most people can. Then you turn the page, and the book gets stranger. You see plants, but many don't match any known species. You see star charts and circular diagrams like astronomy, but with symbols nobody recognizes. You see naked women bathing in green pools, connected by strange pipes and flowing systems like anatomy or alchemy or something else entirely. It feels like you're looking at a medical textbook from a world that never existed. And that's where the fear hits. What if this isn't just unreadable? What if it's a manual for something we forgot? The manuscript is treated like a serious artifact for a reason. Tests suggest it's genuinely old centuries old. Meaning, somebody in the past invested real time, real skill, real money into creating a book that refuses to be understood. So the big question isn't, what does it say? The big question is, why would anyone create a book that looks meaningful, and then hide the meaning so well that even modern intelligence can't pry it open? That's not a diary, that's a lock. If you look at the pages as sections, the book seems arranged like categories. Herbal pages with plants and labels, astronomical pages with stars and zodiac-like circles, biological pages showing bathing women and internal-looking diagrams, pharmaceutical pages with jars and components, and then recipes or short paragraphs at the end like instructions. It's like someone built an encyclopedia, but replaced every word with a private alphabet. Like a cookbook written in smoke? Over the years, people have tried everything. There's the cipher theory. It's encrypted, meaning the symbols represent a hidden message. The constructed language theory. It's a real language. Just one invented for secrecy. The shorthand theory. It's compressed writing like fast notes for an expert audience. And then there's the simplest theory, the one that hurts the most. It's nonsense. A performance. But if it's nonsense, why does it have structure? Why does it repeat like grammar? Why does it feel consistent? That's where the book starts acting like a living thing. Every time you grab it, it slips. Now, here's the pattern that keeps repeating through history. Someone claims they solved it. Headlines explode, videos go viral, people celebrate, and then experts look closer, and the solution falls apart. Because the Voynich Manuscript has a talent for making humans see what they want to see. It's like staring at a cloud and swearing it's a face, and the book knows that. So let me give you the most chilling possibility. Maybe the manuscript doesn't need to be unbreakable. Maybe it only needs to be tempting. A hoaxer could create fake text. A hoaxer could draw strange plants. A hoaxer could invent symbols. But hoaxes usually have fingerprints, inconsistencies, mistakes, sloppy repetition. The Voynich Manuscript doesn't feel sloppy. It feels practiced. Like the writer had a system in their head and followed it for hundreds of pages. That's not random, that's commitment. And if it's a hoax, then it might be the most disciplined hoax in human history. So let's talk motive. Why create this? One possibility, money, a mysterious book sells, Another, power. Knowledge is leverage, especially if it's knowledge about medicine, chemistry, or the stars. Another, protection. If you lived in a time when the wrong ideas could get you punished, you'd hide your work. But here's the twist. If the manuscript hides knowledge, it hides it so well that it also hid it from the future, which means the author didn't just want secrecy, they wanted silence. Imagine this. The manuscript wasn't meant for the world. It wasn't meant for scholars. It wasn't meant for us. It was meant for one person, someone who already knew the key, a student, a patron, a partner. Because if you and I share a private method, I could write you an entire book in plain sight, and nobody else would ever hear the message. The Voynich Manuscript might be the greatest private conversation ever recorded, and we're the strangers pressing our ears to the wall. Right now, it sits in a library vault, quiet as a sleeping animal. A book that looks like language, feels like knowledge, acts like a code, but refuses to confess. And maybe that's the real horror, not that we can't read it, but that we can't even tell whether it's a door or a mirror, so I want you to decide. If you found this book old, beautiful, impossible, would you believe it's hiding a truth? Or would you fear it's designed to keep you chasing shadows forever? Because some mysteries aren't unsolved. Some mysteries are engineered.